Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan, and welcome back to Blueprints. Welcome to episode number, let me check, 87. Hey, I'm gonna be really honest with you. We need to do some major, inventory taking. So the last episode that you saw was a monster run where we solved a lot, and I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I said this during the episode because I was really a little kind of, 3 hours into a run, I was a little drained and all of that jazz. I thought doing what we had done would basically be beating the game. I thought opening the chest on rank 10 would probably be the answer to one big question, which is, where is my mom? And we did not get that from the safe on rank 10. We did get a will and testament, but it didn't involve what I thought it involved, which is interesting, which is very interesting. So let's take a deep step back. Before we get into the game, draft rooms, all that shit, let's take a big step back. I'm coming off of a week away from my computer, a week away from this game. I was, on a trip for a week. I'm back. And it's a great chance to sort of just take stock, see what happens, see what questions we have, see what happens when we get into the game, because I think it is possible that the game will be a little different now that we have opened that safe. Maybe there will be something that has changed in the world. I don't know. And let's figure out where we go from here. Our to-do list still has items on it. We're not lacking things to do. We have puzzles to solve. We have room combinations to draft. But in terms of a big capital P purpose, we're a little up in the air. I will tell you, I asked yesterday on Discord, my community Discord, which, by the way, if you haven't joined it already, there's a link down below in the comments. We have apparently a very active Blueprints spoilery discussion thread where I don't look there, but other people, talk about the game and what I've missed or what I'm doing right, probably what I'm doing wrong. A lot of just general gaming chat. A lot of, it's a great community. I asked yesterday in that chat because often I'm recorded a couple episodes ahead of where people are actually watching, but because of this trip, that wasn't the case. I asked in the chat, hey, how much more of the game would you say that I have? Please be very vague. I asked in the Discord. And the first response was, a lot. I have a lot left in this game? I just read the motherfucking last Will and Testament. What do you mean there's a lot left in the game? I'm not mad. I'm so glad. I'm so happy there's more to do in this game. But I am confused about how that could possibly be possible. That's all I'm saying. I'm confused. So, let's take stock. All that said, let's take stock. Last thing we did was read the last Will and Testament of one Herbert S. Sinclair. Let's start there and go from there. We read this. My memory is that it included a major gallery solution or a hint, a major gallery hint. And beyond that, a couple pieces of weird information. And that's kind of about it. So, Herbert S. Sinclair of Mount Holly at Reddington, publish and declare this document, my last will and testament. I revoke all other wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I've not been married or had children. I direct all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid after decease. All servants and staff granted indefinite leave until such time as a new master bids their return. In the event that that there's no money because I don't actually become the master of Mount Holly, or there's too much debt or something, please employ my future or my staff and servants. Hartley Ruota, it's the lake house in Trensdale. My understanding is that is basically. That's the wrong thing. Yep. So, Lake House in Trinsdale. This is the servant's quarter letter that was found, I think, on the desk in the servant's quarter, aka Hartley's. I release you from your post. You get the Lake House in Trinsdale. You've been the subject and victim of my many whims. You're not going to get challenged. The house is yours. So. Then we get a Bilbo Baggins line of like, I like half of you as twice as much. Nope. I like half of you half as much as I should, etc. My late cousin Tillin's 2 children, Courtney and Rygard. They're impulsive and hasty. A cuckoo clock on the sacred hour. In the case that Lionel Epson should return from his travels, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key. Yeah, so this is the hint about Lady Clara Epson's, where her diary and key are located. I remember that. The gallery, TP, R, and R. I think we're onto something there. I think if I could get the gallery right now, I could, with a fresh brain, I could probably solve it. Grand Cathedral of Iraja. We do find listed. I will say this feels big. That we have listed. So this page feels very like lore of my uncle. My relationship with Hartley. That's not a clue. That's just a like. He takes care of his people. My fucking late cousin Tillin's 2 children, you dipshits. You're always late. Then we get a clue. Maybe the clock thing is a clue. I'm not sure. But this is definitely a clue about where to find the diary. Now we're fully onto clues. How to solve the gallery. We have the first letter. That's huge. The first letter is a like unspeakably large clue in a puzzle where you are trying to come up with a word. It limits so many possible answers. So many possible answers. It's huge. It's not quite like eliminating 25 out of 26 options, but it is eliminating something like, I think there were like 8, 9, or 10, something like that, first letters that were possible on each of these. So we are at, eliminating something like 7/8 of the possible, vaguely, 7/8 of the possible solutions. This one also feels like a clue. The names of the Ajeran angels have been presented to me as clues in the past. For instance, think of Lost and Found. Lost and Found has a... Shit, I don't have a screenshot of it. Has a statue of an angel with the name right beside a bunch of other clues. That's big because it tells you what the... That's like, hey, one of these is this. We found other clues in other places. We now most likely know the names of all or most of the... I've coordinated which one is which in terms of Arinda, Lydia, Rena, Joya, etc. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, even though there's been much debate over their natural numeric order. They have nevertheless remained steadfast in their safeguarding of our family's secrets. I trust they'll continue to provide the Cathedral of Iraja that same level of stewardship. Simon P. Jones. So now I feel less like we are in clues. And more like, hey, what is your overall purpose in this game? One, this first paragraph we were already aware of. The second one, we have just accomplished. The fact that we are reading this means we have accomplished it. What happens if you fail? The clauses on this page are null and void. The house will be immediately winnowed and sealed. I do have to Google what winnowed means because I do not know. Blow a current of air through grain in order to remove the chaff. It can also mean to find or identify, to remove things from a group until only the best ones are left. Yeah, to winnow down. Yeah, I mean, and then we have our uncle's political statement, which I fucking love. Black flags are once again flying over Oris. Or 110 years have passed since my death. And that's the last page, I think, right? That's the last page of the will. We can look at the like deed. Is that what it was called? The deed? I'm scrolling. Trying to find it. Where was the deed felt like less of a clue and more of a like historical document, which is why I don't feel from 46 deed. There it is. I don't feel amazed by it quite as much, but it might still have clues in it. Certified copy deed. There's an X. Lord Arthur Clementine to Lady Aurave of Trinsdale. Anu Finn Clark, Stationers, Reddington, Finnaries. Satisfied of record. 05-13-1912. That's how I read that. Property of Mount Holly. Did I miss a letter? Wait, hold up. Did I miss a letter on the will? Isn't there another? I'm missing something, right? I swear there's a 5th page. Did I not screenshot it? Because there was bold stuff. I remember there was bold stuff that I was talking about. We're missing something. Okay, hold up. I need to find that. I can go back and I can screenshot the I can screenshot the video if I need to. I may have to do that. Anyways, let's continue reading the deed real quick. Property of Mount Holly, 80 odd acres of land. I don't want to skim too much, but I literally just read this. In hand and seal, I make my mark. In hand and seal, I make my mark. In the grand year of Finnaries is 1912. Yeah, 1912. Arthur Clementine. I think this just gives me a like, oh wow, we're inhabiting an ancient house now, sort of vibe. Let me very quickly go take a screenshot of the video to find out if there's another page of the letter. Haha! As one final gift to my grandnephew, regardless of whether or not he finds room 46, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works. Yes. Red Prince, a new clue. Brightest of days and darkest of days, I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, which is fucking bold, you will come to be content as I have with what little of herself she left us. To me, this line right here is the biggest mystery of the will. And I don't... Let me close the YouTube video that I got that screenshot from. And I think it's a mystery for 2 reasons. 1, I don't know why it's bolded. I don't know. 2, and way more importantly to me, I think my big question running into what I thought was like the final days of this game, but apparently there's a lot left to play. My big question heading into that is what has become of our mother and will we get to see her? I think probably at this point you could set the game aside. I think we've sort of, and I think this is one of those games. Let's talk about it from a zoomed out perspective. I think this is one of those games. I've played a number of them. Hollow Knight is in some ways this way. The game Tunic, which I love Hollow Knight too. The game Tunic is one in which compounding mysteries, the deeper into the game you get, basically there's a couple different places you could stop. You could set the game aside and be like, I've solved some mysteries. I've solved some puzzles. I've beaten. I've achieved my goals. But for those who keep playing, there are deep and deeper and even deeper goals and compounded puzzles which rely on you having solved prior puzzles, etc. I think this game is that way. I think it's obvious, kind of pretty quickly, that this game is that way. You don't have to solve everything, but if you choose to, there is more to solve. As we've gotten later into the game, I think everything is sort of pointing towards what has become of your mother and will you get to meet her? Those are the two big things that I view as like the central question left, or the central like story element left at this point in the game. At risk of talking way too much at the start of this episode without playing the game, I think this paragraph points that direction, and then the natural order of things, the only thing I can think of that it's so fucking what's the word? It's so like inexact to say the natural order of things. Why say things? It's one of my least favorite words in that regard, especially in writing. There is this reference, I think I talked about this last time, the debate over their natural numeric order. That might be the only two times in this game I've heard the word natural. That might not be true, but maybe. But I don't know what that means. It also does not say the chapel, it only says the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations. I think the chapel might be more recent. I don't know. The chapel also does not include Draxus, as far as we can tell, at least up to this point. I think there's probably something more going on with the chapel, but I'm not sure. And the tomb does include all of these, I think. Okay, long story short, that's the will. Let's play the game. From this point forward, like, let's take stock. What are we missing? What are we wanting to do? I'm very hopeful that Her Ladyship's Diary is a huge question mark in the story of the game that is left for us to solve. That's like a place to go to get an answer. Here is a void that I don't know where to go to get an answer. What the fuck were Bo Lee and crew doing? Who are they? What did they do? Tell me more. Did they kill my mother? I have a place to go to get an answer. I have a huge void without an answer, or without a way to get there. I don't know how to solve that problem. I have no idea. We also have a couple things that are still hanging over our head. If I had to guess, I don't think we've solved all of a new clue. We need to heat up the freezer, take a shot. We need to solve the gallery, take the final exam. I think there's something going on with the chapel and the angels. I just don't know what it is. And those are sort of, for now, I have a couple other minor questions, but those are sort of, for now, what I would call our big questions. The freezer is not a big question. It's just there's a letter in there, which means that it is guaranteed lore of some sort. And if there's guaranteed lore of some sort, I am curious to see what it is. Anyways, day 100. That's big. Day 100. Let's play the game. Day 100, episode 87. Thanks so much for sticking with me this far into the game. I can't believe we have a lot more to play. What? What? How is that true? We have more trophies to get. But I don't know. The next question is, do we think that the game is going to be any different now that we have found the last will and testament, or now that it's day 100? Those are both interesting things. Those are both interesting things. Is anything different in the game? We have 15 gems because I forgot about that from last run. Oh my god, I'm so happy to be playing this game again. Okay, I would have guessed that potentially this letter would be different. Welcome to Mount Holly, your home. This is the same starting letter, right? No, hold up. This is, I wrote startling letter instead of starting letter. Ah, don't delete, no. But we got this letter. Is this, am I completely misremembering? I don't feel like this is a new letter. Is it a new letter? I don't know. Maybe I should try reading it. No, it's called inheritance letter. There it is. Inheritance letter. Yeah. I was like, I swear to God, this is a letter we've seen before. In my memory, the letter changed when we quote-unquote claimed our inheritance. Yeah. I thought maybe it would change again. Will you be... Yeah, because this is one of those places where you could stop. Will you be content to stop there? Or will you look to the horizon and wonder what dreams lie ahead? Look to the horizon, by the way. Also, Ovin Navari. There it is. Signed on the inner sanctum floor. Ovin Navari. Okay. Well, the letter is the same as it was before. But we have one room left in the Mount Holly directory. Room 8 on rank 8. Reach room 46 in dare mode, curse mode. Classroom final exam. In terms of this run, my guess is that, I don't know. My guess is that Darebird, Cursed Trophy, Day 1, and Trophy of Speed are things you must do in other runs. We can get Diploma Trophy. We can probably solve Trophy 8, although I don't know what it takes. And I'm guessing by solving Trophy 8, we will have gotten to Room 8, which will include our Explorer's Trophy, which will solve that. So, let's grab our items here. Brass compass and some gems. Do I want the compass? Let's leave it there for now. Let's go see what's outside. This would be an amazing run to do classrooms and take the final exam. Because I have a lot of gems, and if I could get study, that would mean I get a lot of redraws. So let's hope for that. Damn it. This is 3 bad ones. That's okay. Take root cellar. I'm gonna need a shovel. I was gonna say I would really like to use these gems on a day when we're trying to get classrooms, but we did not get that, so I guess we'll take the compass for now. I would say priority number 1 at this point in the game is to get her ladyship's diary and tomb on the same run. I think that's probably the biggest thing we can do. If we don't get those things, using conservatory, I also really want to take treasure trove. Let's take treasure trove. Treasure trove is a room that I want to draft more of. And the reason... I don't have a key. Fuck. Dang it. The reason is this. I'm curious about it. Let's see if we can get a key here. We'll take storeroom. That's fine. This gets us the key immediately. Perfect. Oh, okay. I can't remember what... Yeah. Treasure Trove Memo 1 was this. The green memos you find in this room. will always be true. To me, this is the reason I wanted to draft Treasure Trove more often. Is to me, that suggests there is a puzzle in this room that will build upon itself, a sort of compounding puzzle. You must take past information and include it with the information you've just got to solve a new puzzle. And I think the puzzle is sort of new every time you draft the room, which is it's kind of like, is the memo in the box true or false? This is not a green memo. It's a blue memo. So we're going to screenshot it. Oops. We're going to read it first, then we're going to screenshot it. All that shit. Treasure Trove true. Treasure Trove 2. Call it Memo 2 inside of the Treasure Trove box. Green memos and white boxes are always last. Here's the problem, though. I wonder if this isn't just... I was thinking Treasure Trove was its own puzzle. Reading this makes me think maybe Treasure Trove is the way to solve the reservoir chests problem. If that's true, then it's less a puzzle in its own right and more a puzzle related to a different puzzle. Okay, this gets us a key. That shit is locked. I think we want to work towards getting conservatory first, and then going from there. I would really like to get rid of Mechanarium right now. Let's see if we can get conservatory. Observatory dead end. Or Geist bedroom dead end. I'll take Geist bedroom dead end because it gets us the dice. For now. The 8th angel points towards your dreams. I don't think it could be that angel. I think that line has to be about the tomb. Or potentially the chapel. I haven't really considered that before. Break room here. Then we have to sort of snake our way over to conservatory. By conservatory... I was going to say by conservatory, I mean Her Ladyship's Diary. The problem is I can't actually do that one today because I don't have tomb. 3. Listen, it's been a while. 3 times. It's been a while since I've done math. 3 times. 3? 9 times 2 is 18. I think that's right. Yep. Okay, good. So does this mean -10 to start, or does this mean -4 minus -6, which would be +6? Nope, it can't be that. It has to be -10 because otherwise Listen, guys, I'm a little rusty. Apologies. I think that's -10, 3, 6, 2. -10. -5 squared is 25. Minus 10 is 15. Beautiful. Okay. Does this run even have any purpose? It's about to not have any purpose if I can't get something that goes to the left. Let's redraw one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh no, that's even worse. Holy shit. Okay, I guess we'll use foyer and try and go left. Right here. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing in the world, which is foyer directly into Great Hall. It's so good. Open up all the doors. at all the resources. Then let's try and go left, south, south. Kind of like electric eel aquarium here, but could also save it. For a place where I might actually want power, you know? Right now I don't really want power. Oh, Jesus Christ. 18. Is that 0? That's 0 plus 1 is 1. 10 times 15 is 150, rounded up to 200. Divided by 10 is 20. Divided by 10 is 2. 4. Squared 16, flipped 61, minus 30 is 31, minus 30 is 1. Wow. It's amazing how much variety you can really get in these puzzles when you introduce the mechanics like at the center of the board. Okay, so from here we need to go down. So we'll take Den. We have not yet managed to grab Study, which means our redraw capabilities are a little limited, which I probably should have redone. I'm gonna redraw. Ornate Compass is good. I forgot. Coat check is now amazing. Okay, I need Conservatory though. I mean, I don't need Conservatory, but I'd love to get it. Come on. It's the whole reason I look... God damn it. It's the whole reason I look for this, for the corners. I just feel like this room has a secret in it. Okay. Well, I think we're drafting from Great Hall, and our goals at this stage are first Freezer Furnace, Gallery, Conservatory, what else? Shovel could not possibly hurt us right now. Salt Shaker's pretty good. There's no reason not to buy these items. We have 103 gold. It's truly so good. Okay. We have a lot of data. We need to set up a experiment. That's the other thing we need to do. Need to set up an experiment. It's a good place to put trophy room. Do I have a key card? I do. Take West Wing Hall. I need to do the security and or something else. Set up an experiment. I need security, basically. These are kind of dead ends. Boudoir is fine. Gives us a gem, gives us some food. I wonder how many more vault keys there are. That is a rhetorical question. That is a rhetorical question. Vault keys to me seem like... The problem is I don't know how to find them. I just happen to find them, you know? I really love finding them. They're maybe my favorite thing to find in the game. But this is a terrible electric eel. Or a terrible aquarium. I guess I'll take it, though. We haven't been in here since we've changed it, right? Oh! That's so cool. That's really cool. So we can get to the front room again now, or to the front lawn again now. There was a digging spot in one of these rooms. I think it was storeroom. What else are our goals right now? Is there anything else we can do? Can't do her ladyship's diary. Can't take final exam. I don't really know. I'm sure, I mean, we have the general goal of, like, when we look at things, we need to look with new eyes because we have new information. And so, of course, re-looking at old rooms is not a terrible thing to do ever. But it is not a very concrete goal. And so, got gems for days. Truly, 26 gems is nuts. That is crazy. There is a key right, or a coin right here. I'd love to get I think sauna's great right now. It's not that important, but it's fine, I guess. All right, I do not remember what I was gonna say. I'd love to get something, and then I don't remember what I said. What I was gonna say. Okay, we can finally set the experiment up. We'll do a little special order for a shovel. We will access laboratory. And set up an experiment. I would love each time you find some trash while digging. That's good. I don't love any of these. Set your dice to 2 is pretty decent. I don't want that many aquariums in today's draft pool. All right, well. Kind of a bummer of an experiment, but that's all right. What's our goal right now? I'm kind of at, can you tell I'm kind of at a, like, I'm kind of at a junction in this game, I think, now that we found the last will and testament. I'm kind of at a junction. And the junction is, we can redraw here. There it is. There's my beloved. The junction is sort of like, what's next? I kind of had a little bit of a rival fallacy about the safe on rank 10. And the It was so much work to get the answer to it that all those two things combined, arrival fallacy, my understanding of it, at least if you're not familiar, is that sort of you build up these big like milestones as being someday when you reach them very meaningful. But then, of course, a milestone, whether it's a marriage, like a wedding day or a birthday or a day when you finally accomplish your big goal, it's in the end, it's just a day like any other. Like it's a day full of, you know, all of the stuff that makes normal days normal. And so sometimes it can be a letdown or a sort of like the reality of reaching a milestone is sometimes not what you imagined it would be. The last will and testament so far, I had a little bit of arrival fallacy about it. What do you mean, Herbert Sinclair? Why don't you just tell me what you wanted me to do? It had less in it than I thought in terms of like game-changing, game-breaking, game-ending information. Okay, what did we get here? Casino is currently rare. I honestly think that's fine. West Wing Hall is commonplace. I honestly think that's fine. Gymnasium is unusual. I honestly think it should be rare. That was not amazing. None of that was amazing. Let's very quickly... Did I do this last time? I was going to do it at some point. I don't remember if I did it last time. Let's reset the rarity on all of our mechanical... I don't think Boiler Room needs to be our power source right now. You know what I mean? Security is still good. Workshop is back to unusual. I have Electrical Aquarium, so do I really want Boiler Room to be so commonplace? What I really need to do is just make Utility Closet so fucking rare. What is the deal with room 8? And then Mechanarium itself, I need to make unusual. Yeah, that's the one. I need to make Mechanarium itself unusual. We can make Planetarium more often because I'm interested in going back there. I am more interested in it. Treasure Trove should be commonplace. Standard sounds good. I also have not done Tunnel. And it might be interesting for a classroom run. That sounds crazy, but it might be interesting. I'm going to make it less rare. At this point, I kind of just need to get back to the rooms I have not been in as often. You know what I mean? Have I changed the rarity for any of the outdoor rooms? I would love to get a blessing again, that's for sure. Kennel I don't honestly love. Clock Tower is currently standard. I have a potential thing I want to do with that one, so I'm not sure. Solarium is rare. Solarium I do not know what to do with. I think that's probably right for now. Dormitory, I don't know. Maybe I should make it standard again. I don't know. Okay. I feel okay about that. Let's leave it as is. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. We're going up the entire west side right now without even accessing the Ah shit, I don't have any dice. Without even accessing the right-hand side. I should probably just spend my money on this stuff, right? Special key. What did I get? Yeah, I have a lot of keys now. I don't think I need more money than that, but we'll call that good. A lot of keys. Okay. Ooh, I had a never mind. I'll talk about that another time. Let me make a note to myself. I have an idea to talk about, but I want to talk about it in a different video than this one. Sorry, my brain is all over the place right now. I don't like any of these at all. These are bad. I guess we take utility closet to get it out of the draft pool. Those are all bad. None of those rooms apparently do anything for me, at least at this point. That's kind of the mystery of the game right now, though. I am sure some of the games that I am discounting, or I have this thought, right? After being in conservatory just a second ago and changing the rarities of rooms and deciding some rooms are worth checking out and some rooms are not worth checking out. How do I know that I'm right? I don't know that I'm right. How do I know what rooms I should be drafting to spend more time in? Because I'm sure some of them I have not solved everything inside of them. If that is the case, how do I figure out what to spend time on? I don't know the answer to that. I think this is an excellent place to use Rotunda. Although I want to take study. I don't know. But it's worth thinking about. It's worth thinking about. I could just do my best to sort of like ignore my assumptions. Don't need to control water flow. I don't really need power. Music room goes the wrong way, but I can change the direction for it. I could also make boiler room a really good... Yeah, let's do that. No? Why will boiler room not go to the... Because I can't enter from the locked door? Because you need power to make it... Ah, that makes sense. Okay. Does that make sense what I just said? Some of the rooms you can't, like boiler room, I could not rotate it the way I wanted it. I wanted it to be facing both north and east. But it turns out these lights are on and these lights are off. Why the fuck is that? Hello? How do I turn you on? How do I turn you on? I don't know. So, basically, I couldn't get boiler room to face the way I wanted it to. Which just goes to show the way that rooms can be fitted, can be drafted, which directions they can face, is actually kind of difficult to figure out in this game. I think we take observatory here. It's fine. I'd love to take ornate compass. There's apparently also an item somewhere. I don't know where. Right there. Get our stars up, please. This one's good. This one's not. This is slice. This one's good. Good. This is keys. Okay. There's planetarium, which I would like to go to. I think laboratory here is fine. I'm a little nervous about... We're going to leave that for now. Let's go get study. We need to draft study at some point because I need the chance to use my gems to reroll. But again, kind of what are we hoping for here? Gallery? Like, what else are we hoping for? I'm intent on sort of looking at the rooms that I'm in with a little bit more with new intentions, with new eyes, basically. I'm intent on re-examining places I have been already. Because frankly, we can't examine new places. We've basically found everything. Okay, I'm going to draft one room south, and then I may go back out to the front hall, the entrance hall, and go from there. I like Lost and Found here because of the rare items and the fact that I have a bunch of stuff I don't need. I'm also just convinced the more I use this, I have a theory that the more I use this, the more items will show up on those shelves over there. Why are the shelves so empty? This is good. This is very good. Gain an additional effect of each constellation observed in the observatory, but also useful in the planetarium. Maybe that's the item I should coat check. You know? Get it in the planetarium every day? Mila. Investor needed. What is this a solution to? This is a solution to something. I don't know what it is. It looks almost like a map of some sort. Do I draft from here? I think I probably should try and draft a dead end from right here. Study is great. Does the effect of this become true immediately? I think it does. I don't really want to go in there and come back out. So we're going to sacrifice... God damn it, there's gems there. Or there's dice there. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to lose my telescope, which I really don't want to do. Can you tell this episode I'm trying to okay, let's just see what happens if we prioritize different rooms. Like if we prioritize planetarium and telescope, that'll change things. If we prioritize I don't fucking know. Putting different things in coat check. I don't know. I added tunnel back to the draft pool. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Please don't lose the telescope. Secret garden key is not great, but that's okay. Let's go to the foundation, out the front, and do all that shit. Should we go and unlock the inner sanctum or the room 46 door? Probably, right? Just because. I don't really know that we need it though. We could try going back there. I mean, going back there is probably not a dumb decision. I don't know that we need that gem. We have 22. I kind of think, unfortunately, I'm probably done in the inner sanctum. Minus deciphering exactly what Ovid Navari means. We've unlocked this entire thing. The only time I should come back here in the future is to unlock room 46. Kind of makes me sad. This was the center of the puzzle for us for so long. It was the big thing to solve. I should probably reread a new clue and all of the letters, the red letters, because those are good places to go to get information, like to reset. Oh, I need to go out. Yeah, this way. Sort of look for new clues. Where are you pointing? I may do that on my own time, though, like off camera. Just because it's... I know that the further we get into this game, the less gaming it will be. Like, it'll be probably a little bit less time spent on drafting rooms and more on time in Photoshop, as has been tradition already. But, should go to root cellar and dig everything up. But... where possible, I want to honor our time together and your attention span and not waste time that wasn't trash. A rock. Wait, it was. There it is. Is the brick also an experiment? Yeah. Okay, we're just getting the exact same amount of dice, but whatever. We're triggering the experiment. We're raising the radiation levels. So, we drafted conference room, but I don't think we actually spread anything. We should get dinner, although we lost our salt shaker. We got these trunks. We have 11 keys. Yeah, we've like fully broken the resources of this game. It's great. We have more money and everything than we'll use almost every time. I don't really think there's worth digging. Anything worth digging? This is the one with furnace, right? That's okay. Let's eat it. I don't want to get furnace unless I have a freezer. Big spot in here, right? Yep, 2. Used a couple footsteps, but I gained some. Pebbles count as trash. Let's go. Okay, all we have here is the... the 2, like, junctions from conference room and going back to laboratory at some point. So, we kind of need to be a little careful here about what we draw and where. I think we can take sauna here. It's fine. At this point, my priorities are planetarium, freezer, gallery, that's kind of it. The burning hot gym. Burning hot gym. Okay. That's a... these are all 3 death... and coat check. Coat check is also one, because if I could put the telescope in planetarium, or in coat check, that makes planetarium more valuable. So we need to redraw here. We need something that goes both left and right. Or at least right. I think closed exhibit is fine. Our hands are going to get more tied here, though. Now we have to go left and right. The good news, Chapel will do that. The other good news is we have compass and we have, like, gallery is in north right room. Problem is planetarium is not. Sorry, a like up and down room. Planetarium is not. Freezer furnace are not. Oh boy. You have to keep hope alive in this game, though. Runs that look like they're trouble end up being fine all the time. I wonder if I can put these back out and get the pig back. Okay. Should probably go this way first. Give me planetarium. Code check here is good. If we don't get planetarium today, we can still check. Ornate compass is kind of terrible, though, right? To take out right now, we cannot rotate rooms. We have to go north-south. So we leave ornate compass in there for now. Special key would give us a red room, which we don't want. Let's use a normal key. Veranda's fine. My ideal draw here would be gallery. Then a bunch of rooms like veranda that go north-south until you get to the corner. Let's take veranda. That's fine. Not amazing, but it's not terrible. We're going to draw first because I can use my two... before we dig, because I can use my 2 dice for free, then maybe get some trash. You know? X, 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 X. X is everywhere except for right here. I thought for sure I could get out onto the east path the same way I could get onto the west path, but I don't think it's true. Okay, tunnel is really interesting. And here's why. If I grab tunnel right now, I grab tunnel. Then what? It says always. Right? I kind of want to throw this run away to see what happens if I draft tunnel. If I draft tunnel, then draw tunnel, then draft tunnel, then draw tunnel, then draft tunnel, then draw tunnel. What happens? It says always. Does it mean always? Okay, now I have to try it. Now I've convinced myself. It also has dig spots, which is kind of interesting. I think I've just fucked my chances for everything else in this run, but when it says always, does it mean always? I'm probably going to regret this in 30 seconds when there is not a tunnel that appears in this corner. And I'll have completely ruined my run. Holy shit, we have so many dig spots. But I truly have to see, when it says always, does it mean always? I mean, that's a dead end, right? Like, that won't work. It's a door that faces the outside. What happens? Is that a Morajai box? What is that? It is a Morajai box. Damn it. That's weird. It's not as weird as I thought it would be. I was like, if it does work, does it take me to my mother? If it does work, does it take me to my mother? What the fuck does this do again? What does purple do? Doesn't purple go south, Iraja? I don't know, but I have screenshots. Why don't we check those? Okay, black tiles, go right. Yellow moves north. Violet moves south. And orange takes on the color of the like majority surrounding it, right? Voted by committee. So why isn't this moving south? You know? I can make that purple. It's rotating. Why is it rotating? That's a different color, right? What does that? I don't remember. Green jumps across. Huh. Isn't... I must be missing something on my... So I don't have screenshots of all of my Morajai notes, which is probably part of the problem. I only have door 1, door 2, door 3, door 4, door 5, and door 8. So I'm missing some. This purple is acting as if it is a different color, I think, which is weird to me. But the good news is I think I can just solve it by doing shit, by doing... Nope, I'm one off. By doing this, nope. By doing this. I've discovered an Easter egg, I think. Easter egg is the wrong word. A tiny little extra puzzle. I completely fucked up my run to do it, but I did discover a tiny little extra puzzle. Which is the If you tunnel off the map, at least in the rightmost file, this happens. I'm kind of curious to see what happens if you tunnel off the file or tunnel off the map in other files. Like, would it be the exact same thing? I'm kind of happy I chased my curiosity. I'm kind of disappointed I chased my curiosity. Let's trigger the shit out of this experiment. And then I want to go take screenshots of the Morajai things and discover, because I have like an idea in the back of my head. I don't think it can be violet. I don't think it's violet that things rotate around. I don't remember what color it is, though. But colors in this game have, like, national, like, patriotic meanings. Could it be a different color sort of mask, like purple like a different color masquerading as purple on a Morajai box? Does that make any sense? Does that make sense? I have no idea if what I'm saying even makes sense, but we're going to try it real quick. I also don't like that my notes are not exact, so I'm going to go take a screenshot in the inner sanctum. And then I think we basically have to call it a run, unfortunately. But because I think we can only draft one more place. I am probably going to store the ornate... store the telescope? Because I'm very interested in playing with that more often. And hilariously, it is easier for me to come by an ornate compass than it is a telescope, because I have the ability to buy whatever the fuck I want, but I don't have the ability to guarantee myself an ornate compass. Like, if I could, I have so much money, I can just go to the ornate show or the luxury showroom and do whatever I want. Okay, so what we were gonna do, we were going to go foundation, take a couple screenshots, and then go draft the one room we have left. It could be gallery. I would love for it to be gallery. This is probably one of those runs that would have made sense for me to kind of give up on. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it was like a little worm got into my brain. It was like somebody whispered an idea in my head. Tunnel. It says always. Does always mean always? And the minute that idea got in there, I was like, I can't let this go. I want to draft gallery. I have a million redraws thanks to my gems. But I can't let go of this idea. I'm so curious. So I think we are missing screenshots for door 6 and 7. And that's it. Purple goes south. Whatever color arches goes north. That's what I remembered. Right? Green flip-flops, like jumps across. Orange votes by committee. Yellow moves north. Violet moves south. Red has the weird, like, red has the weird changing black to red, changing white to black. Black shifts to the right as if on train rails. And that's everything. What did I say? Door 6 and 7? Door 6 is the same as the one that I already have. So I'm really actually only missing one. This is door 6. Because this is Morajai, the originator of the box. Then 7. I went in 8. Oops. 7. Is this like Carrerica? Is that it? I think I missaw pink as violet. I think it might have been the lighting. There's a heavy light directly above the allowance box, meaning it might have made the violet look more pink. That's my guess. It looked violet. It was in actuality pink. I think the lighting in the tunnel, it had a lantern directly above it, which kind of did make the colors look a little funky. That's my excuse. Okay. Either way. It was Vera, not a Raja. And that's the whole difference. I don't think there's a real mystery there. But at some point in games like this, you start to look for mysteries even where there are none. At some point, as if I haven't been doing that since day fucking 1 of this playthrough. When everything's a mystery, literally everything looks like a mystery, you know? Okay, we should probably give up on this run, but we have one door left to draft. And I can call it a run inside of break room. If I get planetarium here, what will I do? Probably panic, because I don't really want to drag. No, I don't have to go through Lost and Found. I just go this way. I thought I was going to have to go through Lost and Found and risk losing the very thing that I needed. Okay. Well, our final room. We can put sort of anything here that we want. I think we should probably go until we get gallery or planetarium. Either one is fine. I hope I get one of them. God damn it, I have to go all the way back down to coat check. It's fine. It's not that far. Okay. I am going to cut this, though, so that you don't have to watch it. Be right back. Okay, I have grabbed the telescope from coat check. I'm headed back to the planetarium. I don't know if I'm going to have enough footsteps to get back to coat check, which sucks. If I do, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get back to planetarium to call it a day inside of there. I really would love to keep the... I don't think I am. I don't have that many footsteps. I really would love to keep the... I can just do it again. I really would love to keep the telescope. I think I needed the telescope to enter this room, if I had to guess. because then it lets me do this. Starting tomorrow, each planetarium will contain 1 trunk. Okay, so I think, like I said, we're making the thing a little bit better. I was hoping it would add 1 extra trunk. Not, you know. It says just 1 trunk, which makes me a little bit nervous. But, oh well. Okay, 23 footsteps. Do I try and get back out? I think I should. If I go coat check. I don't even think I can get close enough to break hall to... I might be able to. It's only 4 steps to get there from foundation. But I'm already down to 19. 18. I would love running shoes at this point. What a weird way to end this run. I may be coming around to telescope, planetarium, and observatory though. You know, I've gotten to the point where I like observatory. The 50 stars is huge. I'm using all of my extra steps at the end of the day to try and make it twice as strong with telescope. I think I might be able to, 15 steps right here. I think I might be able to deposit telescope and get to break room. Oh, I forgot I had this stuff too. None of it's going to matter. We don't have a freezer. I would have loved to grab a freezer because we've just broken our... Like, I'm ending the day with 33 fucking gems. That's nuts. It's up to, then right, then left. Or then right. Nine footsteps. You think I can make it back to... break room? I don't think so. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I will. Just barely. So I'll still get a key card for tomorrow. Oh boy, what a weird run. We kind of did a weird thing with the whatchamacallit. With tunnel. I'm happy we followed our curiosity though. And I think this is sort of my plan for the future, is to think about re-examining stuff that I already have sort of marked as like done exploring. Tunnel had a secret to teach us. I thought Tunnel's purpose was going to be to go north very early in Iran, which is still probably the purpose, but it had a secret to teach us, which is that if you tunnel off of the map, you get an extra 2 coins for allowance. Oh boy. Okay. That's going to do it for this run. Day 100 in the books. We'll see you tomorrow or see you in 2 days for day 101. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Until then, bye-bye.